Why are you so judgmental? Let me tell you a story. I'm here in Bali and I'm going to try out this new cafe that I've never been to before. I'm here in this cafe and randomly I run into one of my friends that I had just met. We start talking a little bit and all of a sudden I see a girl calling him and I realize, oh, that's his girlfriend. She's asking him to come here and to kiss her. He hesitates for a little second and then she says it again, come kiss me. She's almost like a little bit needy. And so he obliges, he goes over there and he gives her a little kiss. And he introduces me to her and we start talking for a little bit. She tells me where she's from, where she's lived, and I decide, okay, I'm gonna go order my food, so I leave them. And as soon as this interaction happens, in my mind I start thinking, wow, this guy can do better than that. He's with a girl that's almost a little bit needy and he seems like a strong, confident man, so I'm wondering why he's settling for her. For the rest of the day, I'm just thinking in my mind, should I tell him how I feel? Should I tell him that he can do better? And literally right after I'd had this chance encounter for him, we had already planned a dinner and so we were gonna go and eat together. So the next day comes about and I get to the restaurant a little bit early and a few minutes after he arrives, we ask each other how we're doing and he tells me, bro, there's something that's on my mind, I need to just let you know. He tells me that he had a conversation with his girl and he decides that something might be wrong with the relationship because the girl is a little bit more promiscuous than he at first thought that she was. You know, she kind of lied. She told him that she had been with 2 guys before, but turned out that she says her body count is about 15. So what's funny is I had been thinking that I should tell him about his relationship, and he comes and he tells me before I even tell him. And so he eventually asks me, what do you think I should do? And I tell him, I think you should leave her. And I think I made the wrong decision. Even though he specifically asked me, what do you think I should do if you were in my shoes? I made a judgment about this girl. And here's the thing about making judgments about people. When you judge other people, you too will be judged. My name is Andrew. My mission is to inspire men to become strong through holistic self-improvement. And it starts with me. It's okay though, because as humans, we're always making judgments. We're always choosing who we want to associate ourselves with based on their character. It's a natural part of being human. But when you go and you express that judgment, just know that you're gonna get judged too. When I was in college, I remember I had a girlfriend that I wasn't really proud to be with. And I'm talking to my roommate Noah and I ask him, dude, what do you think I should do about this relationship? What do you think about this girl? And he tells me, dude, you can do better. You're in this relationship and you're asking me this question, but you know yourself that you can do better, and that's why you're asking me. You know that this girl isn't right for you. So what are you gonna do about it? And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I'm like, wow, he's right, and I know this to be true, but fuck man, I'm just gonna stay in this relationship because I'm getting easy sex. And the next time I see my girlfriend, I'm with her, and she can tell that something is off. She's like, what's on your mind? And I'm like, nothing. And she said, no, I know there's something there. And so I tell her, well, to be honest, Noah doesn't think that we should be together. Even though it's me that thinks we shouldn't be together, I tell her that it's him. Instantly, she starts to judge him. She starts to annihilate his character. She says, well, look at his relationship. How can you even take his advice? And I realized that when you make that judgment about somebody else, they do the same thing about you. And what the girl is going to try to do is she's going to try to alienate you from the person that's making that judgment. Now, me and Noah were roommates. So as much as my ex-girlfriend tried to say that we shouldn't be friends, or she couldn't, because she knew that at the end of the day I was going back home to live with this guy. But she still tried. She still tried to drive a wedge between us. Me and my friend in Bali, after I told him this, we were supposed to meet up to do some boxing because he told me, like, I feel like I need to get something out. And so we agreed to meet on a certain day to go to a boxing class. Guess what happened when the class comes up? A few minutes before the class, he tells me, dude, sorry, something came up. I'm not gonna be able to make it. What do you think happened? If you could put yourself in his shoes when he goes home to tell his girlfriend what happened between me and her, what do you think she did? She made an assumption about me. She talked about my character and she told him, don't hang out with that guy. Why? Because she knows that the more he hangs out with me, the less she is going to be connected with him. The more he is going to want to be away from her. Because I explicitly told him, dude, I would leave her. And he knew this in the heart of his hearts, but he couldn't bring it out within himself. And so what would I have done differently? I would have asked him the questions that he needs to be asked. I wouldn't give my opinion, because if I make that judgment, she's going to do the same thing. Women are way more powerful in their ability to manipulate than even I can. I don't want him to change. I want him to do what's right for him. And ultimately, if that comes down to him leaving her, then it has to be his idea. It can't be mine. Because if it's my idea, the girl's going to say, stay away from him. And the guy's getting more from the girl, at least he thinks in his mind, than he's getting from me. So he has to make a decision. Do I want this man to be in my life, or do I want what I get from the girl? Which one is more valuable? Because the girl will make you choose. And this has happened to me before with another friend that I had, and I noticed that as soon as I told him this, he took some time and he spent time thinking, and he decided he didn't even want to be my friend anymore. And now when I start to think about it more, I realize the girl always is going to drive a wedge between the person who is telling her man that they shouldn't be together and him. The girl will manipulate and plant seeds in the mind. And it's not the girl's fault. It's really my own fault. I can take full accountability and responsibility, because separating yourself from somebody that you love it's painful. I knew that I didn't want to break up with my girlfriend as much as my friend was telling me that, and I knew that it was true. So be careful when you make a judgment about somebody and when you tell somebody that judgment, because nobody likes to be judged, especially when you judge them in a bad way and you say that their character is bad. I didn't even say that her character was bad. I just said he can do better. And that's enough for somebody to say you shouldn't be with that person, you shouldn't be friends with them. So be a little bit cautious when you're passing your own judgments onto other people. And just realize that when you judge somebody, you will be judged too. Now, if you're okay with that, then it's fine. But a lot of men aren't strong enough to withstand the emotional manipulations of their woman. And so if you tell them, hey, I don't think you should do this, and the girl thinks that they should do it, he's probably going to side with the girl, at least for now. So when I tell you this story, I want you to understand that this is a journey and this is a process. And developing the ability to withstand the storm, to stand in the middle of the sea when the storm is raging, it takes skill, it takes character. When Jesus was awoken in the middle of a storm and his disciples were all scared, he tells them to fear not. He asks them, what are you scared of? He steps on the water and he calms it. He asks Peter to stand on the water too. Peter is too scared to do it. The storm is life. The storm is your woman. Your ability to weather this storm is going to determine your ability to be successful in life. Learn to stand strong. Learn to be the rock when the waves are crashing. You can do it. Peace.